are, lesson 76 and part 4, and we're revisiting the work of Mr. Hogan. As I said earlier, Mr. Hogan devoted the first 25 pages of his book to the grip, and he got us to hold the club in the fist of the left hand with the thumb neat going down the right hand side. And what we understood was the right hand fits it. So here I am, I'm on the 18th fairway at Carnoustie. It's fitting because we're dealing with Hogan. This is where Hogan 1 is open. So, leaning forward, building the grip. What I want to show you now is that when I coil, when I load my left shoulder under my throat, you can see that the club is supported by that V. Is that V there? The right palm fits the left thumb, and that V shape. Don't have your thumb here or across. You need it. It's like a trigger. It's with the index finger, and the right palm seals the left thumb. So when you go back, Mr. Hogan says you'll be in perfect control of the club. But if the grip is loose, you lose control of the club. And when you swing the club as strongly as Mr. Hogan did, you can't afford to have any clutch slip. You need the grip to be unified. So, I load my shoulder fully, and my hands can release without fear. So, there's a 6-iron, hit through there, pulled it slightly, but it started a bit left, it didn't bend. I know that if I grip the club the way that Mr. Hogan showed us, the left-hand side of the course doesn't become a problem. Let me give you a couple of little exercises that are similar to what Mr. Hogan has got in the book. He demonstrates on page 22, you can see the angle of the shaft leaving Mr. Hogan's forearm. That's quite clear. He then goes on to show you that with the right hand the fingers are very much used. So the left hand is primarily a fist grip, the right hand is very much a finger grip. So here's a couple of little drills to improve your left forearm. Take Mr. Hogan's grip, put the club in front of you, and then cock your wrists so they're 90 degrees. Okay? Now this is called the windscreen washer drill for obvious reasons. 90 right, 180 left. Okay? So this is you utilising Mr. Hogan's correct left hand grip, but you're working the forearms here and controlling the club. You can see that the club runs across the hand at an angle. It's not across the fingers in the left hand. That would be a disaster. We have to appreciate that the square of my palm is a diagonal line, and Hogan wants us to grip the club across the diagonal. However, as the club leaves the left hand, it needs to come into the fingers of the right, and Mr. Hogan is showing us that those two fingers there are doing most of the work. The little one's overlapping. All right, so here was the left hand drill, the windscreen wiper drill. Okay, let me give you a right hand drill. This is harder to do for me than the other one. So I just put my arm out there, I've got my finger and my thumb, and I keep my arm horizontal. I just work the club with my fingers. So I've got a different type of strength. This is strength and dexterity. Quite tiring, particularly when you get onto the chrome or the graphite shaft, it starts to slip. But this is a great way of exercising your fingers. So the feeling of those drills, when you do that drill with the left hand and you turn backwards and forwards, that's the sort of muscle structure you're going to be using. And then you build the hands together. Now people ask me, you know, is golf left-handed sport or right-handed sport? I said, well, basically the 95% rule for me is the pebble skimming hand. If you spin a pebble with your right hand, you're 95% certain a right-handed golfer. Okay? So you can see that when the left thumb is parallel and the right hand fits, look how much that is in the fingers. It's just in the 3 fingers and the thumb pad. Most of my right hand is located on the left thumb. All right. We'll hit another shot into the green at Carnoustie. Left thumb first, fit the right hand to it. Look how good the shoulder line is. Okay, my grip is safe. I'm going to load and both hands fire the ball away. Load. And you can see it's a stronger shot, just a little hint of draw. So if I play tennis with my right hand, if I use two hands, my left hand would amplify the right. It certainly wouldn't replace it. So when you're playing golf and you're loading, Mr. Hogan said he wished he had two right hands. He wasn't afraid to fire the right hand. But what he didn't actually say directly was if the right hand is firing, the left hand needs to be complementary. So if you sealed your grip together, as I've shown you, through the fist and the fingers there, that unified grip will withstand the pressure of the backswing, the release, and the follow through. The last thing you want in the car is clutch slip, and in golf, if the club slips under your hands, you're going to lose distance and control.